Hey, Nerd Society! Today, we're diving into a wild topic. 10 DC Comics heroes who turned to the dark side and became villains. Some of these transformations will definitely surprise you, so stick around. If you enjoy the video, make sure to give it a like and hit that subscribe button to stay updated with all things comics. Let's get into it. Green Lantern. Hal Jordan is often considered one of, if not the greatest Green Lantern in the history of the Corps. This isn't surprising considering everything he's accomplished. While Hal had a solid reputation, he fell from grace in the 90s. After Superman's death, Hal's home, Coast City, was completely destroyed. He asked the Guardians to bring the city back and revive the people, but when they refused, Hal lost his mind and killed the entire Corps. Hal became a villain known as Parallax, terrorizing the universe for years before sacrificing himself to save Earth during the Final Night Saga. However, this fall into villainy was later retconned as being beyond Hal's control. It was explained that he had actually been corrupted by the primordial entity of fear from which he took his name, Parallax. Red Hood. Jason Todd was a rebellious kid trained to be the next Robin after Dick Grayson's departure. However, the Joker tragically cut his heroic career short, brutally beating him with a crowbar and leaving him to die in an explosion. Jason didn't stay dead for long, though, and returned as the villain Red Hood. While he was initially a Batman villain in his early appearances, it's more accurate to say that Red Hood is now an anti-hero, working only for himself and his own goals. However, he'll still fight other heroes if they get in the way of those goals. Jason has a reluctant respect for his former mentor, but their relationship is at best tense. Sinestro. Sinestro has been a villain for so long that some fans may have forgotten he was once one of the strongest Green Lanterns. He was the one who trained Hal Jordan and taught him how to use his Green Lantern powers. Sinestro's downfall began when he abused the power of the ring and became a dictator in an attempt to keep his home planet safe. This led to his exile to court with a race known as the Weaponers, who hated the Green Lanterns. Instead of this punishment making him see the error of his ways, Sinestro allied himself with the Weaponers. Since then, he created the Sinestro Corps and remains one of the Green Lantern's most deadly enemies. Superboy Prime. A Superman from an alternate Earth, Superboy Prime seemed destined to become a great hero, just like Superman. However, he became deeply disturbed by the destruction of his world and was manipulated by Alexander Luthor. Superboy Prime killed the main Superboy, marking the start of his downward spiral into villainy. He believed that what he was doing was right simply because of his title as Superman and felt no remorse for anyone in his way. Superboy Prime is stronger than anyone in the universe and even possesses more powers than Superman. The only way Superman managed to defeat him during Infinite Crisis was by taking him to a planet with a red sun. With both of them powerless, Superman was able to defeat the boy thanks to his experience. The Batman Who Laughs. Leader of Barbados' Dark Knights, the Batman Who Laughs has become a DC fan-favorite supervillain, appearing everywhere and all the time. This version of Batman is probably the most terrifying of all the Dark Knights. After the Joker destroyed Gotham and killed Commissioner Gordon, among many others, Batman finally snapped and killed the clown by breaking his neck. However, this was exactly what the Joker wanted. Upon his death, a spray of Joker toxin was released directly into Batman's face. This not only drove him insane, but brought him to the Joker's level of madness, resulting in a Batman with the Joker's morality, or lack thereof, and Batman's training and intellect. Needless to say, the Justice League doesn't last long after that. Wonder Woman. During Final Crisis, the DC Universe seemed doomed to its end. Darkseid and his forces of evil reigned supreme, plunging Earth into a literal hell. One of the key figures responsible for this was none other than Wonder Woman herself. Under Darkseid's control, Diana Prince became the leader of the female Furies, aiding the villain in spreading his reign of terror. In this dark turn, Wonder Woman was a powerful weapon for Darkseid, fighting against her allies and enforcing his cruel vision. However, eventually, she managed to break free from Apocalypse's grip. Using her lasso of truth, she shattered the tyrant's spell and returned to the side of justice, helping to restore balance to the world. This arc showed just how dangerous Wonder Woman could be if her strength and willpower were ever turned toward darkness. Hawk. The Hawk from the duo Hawk and Dove isn't one of DC's most well-known heroes, but he has a pretty interesting backstory. He's the avatar of war and possesses an incredible fighting spirit. His violent energy is balanced by his counterpart, Dove, the avatar of peace. During the Armageddon 2001 crossover event, Dove's death at the hands of the villain Monarch drove Hawk to kill Monarch with his bare hands. In doing so, Hawk discovered that Monarch was actually his future self. In a confusing twist, Hawk decided to embrace his destiny, becoming Monarch and turning as evil as his future counterpart. Mary Marvel. Since her debut nearly 80 years ago in Captain Marvel Adventures number 18, Mary Marvel has been known as one of the kindest characters in comics. But that all changed thanks to Black Adam. After losing her powers in the trials of Shazam, Mary later encountered Black Adam, who was grieving the loss of his wife, Isis. Upon realizing that Mary was powerless, Black Adam granted her a portion of his own power, turning her into a darker and angrier version of herself. Corrupted, Mary became addicted to dark magic and found herself entangled in the schemes of Darkseid and his minion Desaad. Superman. In the alternate universe of the Injustice game, Superman starts his journey as the traditional savior fans know and love. However, his descent into darkness begins after the Joker causes the death of Lois Lane, who was pregnant with Clark's child, and worst of all, by his own hands. Devastated, the Man of Steel kills the Joker and establishes an autocratic regime with the goal of eradicating war and crime worldwide. In this story, Superman is cast as a tragic Shakespearean hero, waging a revenge-fueled war against evil and gradually becoming everything he once fought against. Batman opposes him, leading a resistance movement against Superman's regime. Shazam. One of Captain Marvel's greatest assets is his ability to transform from a child into a superhero. This unique aspect quickly won the empathy of readers, many of whom were children themselves. Billy Batson, the young boy behind Shazam, always acted with a pure heart. However, this changed in the Kingdom Come storyline. Under the manipulation of Lex Luthor, Shazam became one of the primary antagonists to Superman in his struggle to restore order to a world in chaos. In this dark turn, Shazam was forced to confront his own corruption and the impact of his actions. Ultimately, he regained his sense of self and made the ultimate sacrifice to prevent a nuclear bomb from destroying everyone on the battlefield. This act of redemption showcased the true essence of his character and solidified his role as a tragic yet heroic figure in the DC universe. And that wraps up our look at these incredible characters who took dark turns in their stories. From the tragic fall of Superman in Injustice to the shocking transformation of Shazam in Kingdom Come, these narratives show just how complex and compelling comic book characters can be. If you enjoyed this deep dive into some of DC's most intriguing characters, don't forget to hit that like button. Your support really helps us continue bringing you more awesome content. Also, make sure to subscribe to Nerd Society so you never miss out on our latest videos. We've got plenty more in store, and you'll want to be the first to catch all the new updates. We'd love to hear from you too. Drop a comment below with your thoughts on these characters, or let us know which other heroes or villains you'd like us to cover next. Your feedback means a lot to us and helps shape future content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.